Hey, this is Nick from Android Fan Network, and today I'm going to be reviewing the official extended battery kit from Samsung for the Galaxy S3. So this battery is just like the stock battery in that it's high quality and it is NFC enabled. It has NFC embedded in it, so nothing will change really if you switch to it in terms of NFC. Battery life definitely changes. It gets a lot better. So let's do a quick unboxing. On the back it just says do not force it into a dock if you have the extended battery in. Good advice. Alright, so we have the extended battery cover here and the extended battery in its own little plastic case. Pop that out. Alright, it is 3000 mAh. Looks good. Let's compare it quickly to the stock battery. I have two Galaxy S3s here, so I can show you guys a direct comparison in size in just a moment. Alright, aside from being a bit thicker, it doesn't have the white liquid sensor on it. Alright, this is kind of boring. We all knew it was going to be a little thicker. Let's get that out of the way. Let's stick it on my Galaxy S3. Now the new back cover, this extended back cover, is a little thicker, feels a little stronger. You can't bend it as easily, but it feels like it's the same high quality as the other one, the same material. So I won't actually, let me turn this on so we can take a look at the battery stats I have, so you guys can see how long it lasts. And here's my other Galaxy S3 with the standard battery on it. Give it a bit of an angle. Those are about even under there. So it looks like it's only a couple millimeters thicker. It's really not much, as you can see. I don't want to scratch it up, but let's see. So yeah, it's a few millimeters thicker. Just a little thicker. Alright, I think we've seen it's only a few millimeters thicker, not much of a big deal. Alright, so my battery is low. Right, let's take a look at my stats from today, kind of last night. I started using the stock battery last night, so we could see exactly how well it runs. About 2 hours of screen time on the stock battery, and I know it says 8% there, but on my stock battery right here, the one I've been using, it had about 33% left. Around a third of the battery left. So you could expect, another hour, hour and a half, or a total of 3 or 3.5 hours out of the stock battery. An hour of this 2 hours is actually on 3G time, so this really isn't that bad. It's definitely not bad at all for the stock battery. Alright, now let's take a look at what I received, or what battery life I got when I was on the extended battery. Screenshots. Alright, so this was yesterday. And I was out for several hours, so I was using 3G. I probably had an hour and a half of 3G screen time, and that includes some GPS. So a full, almost 24 hours here, almost a full day. And I have, let's see, I got 5 hours of screen time on that charge. So 3.5 of that was on Wi-Fi, an hour and a half of that was on 3G. So that's definitely not bad. On Wi-Fi, you could probably expect around 6.5 hours. If you just stuck strictly to Wi-Fi, you'd get 6.5 hours. Alright, now let's see. This one was from the day before that, so 2 days ago. This was the first full charge I had on it, so the battery was still settling in. Over a day, so there was a lot of standby time on this one. And let's see. I was able to get almost 5 hours of screen time. Now this was mostly Wi-Fi. I did use it on 3G for about an hour, and I was listening to Pandora on 3G for about an hour. So that's definitely a respectable time, especially for the first charge. Alright, so just to recap, you can expect, probably roughly 4 hours on 3G on this new battery, maybe 5 if you conserve power. This isn't on power saving, this is with Google Now enabled. This is obviously Jelly Bean because it has Google Now. So this is with pretty much everything enabled. You can expect 4, maybe 5 hours on 3G, probably closer to 4, but still decent amount of life. and on Wi-Fi you can expect 6 to 6.5 hours. So definitely a nice improvement over the stock battery. So now I'd like to take a look at the pros and cons. Obviously the pros, under the pros list, it would be the battery life is phenomenal with this extended battery. The only con I can think of is that it's going to be harder to find cases for it, since most of the cases, or virtually all of them, have been made for the stock battery and that size. It's going to be hard to find a case that fits the extended battery. You could probably find a loose rubber type case that might fit over it, but it's going to be hard. There is one case, I think it's I don't even want to say the name because I'm not sure. If you look around on the forums, XDA, and their thread for this battery, you'll find a case that people are saying fits well. It's a ZOO something case, ZOO something case. You'll find it on XDA. But that's one case that's said to fit pretty well with the extended battery. Now in terms of weight, it feels just a little heavier in the hand, and it feels a little sturdier. It feels like it's definitely not a bad feeling. When you have the phone without the battery, it feels so light and thin, and this gives it a sturdier feeling. So if you're running out of battery at the end of the day, I would definitely say I definitely recommend this battery. It was $50 from Mobile Fun. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon now as well, and you can get that with overnight shipping or express shipping. And from Mobile Fun is in the UK, and it will take about a day or two to get to you overnight. And if you're running out of battery, if you just run out of battery occasionally, I'd still get this battery because there really isn't a con to it. You can get a nice skin on it at least, get a plastic skin on it on the front and back, and you'll be pretty well protected unless you drop your phone a lot. So it's definitely a good battery to have. It definitely leaves a lot in the tank for those unexpected trips or late nights out. And you don't have to worry about losing charge and not being able to make phone calls or send texts when you need to. So it's definitely a good value for $50 because it's basically been a year since the Galaxy S3 has been released, so your stock battery is beginning to get worn down. So if you're thinking about just purchasing another one of these batteries, another stock battery, I definitely urge you to consider the extended battery. It's only going to be a little more expensive than the stock battery, and it definitely gives you a huge boost in battery life. This is Nick with Android Fan Network. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, and our site androidfannetwork.com. I have links to our sites, our social media sites, and our website on our channel on the right. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of our case reviews and accessory reviews. Thanks.